Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Janine. We're back at it again. Hey, Darth. Welcome to the party. Can't wait to figure out what we're going to talk about today. Oh yeah, this is my Beavis and Butthead doing Back to the Future. I was just thinking this morning. I like this shirt a lot, but it's so worn. I got to get another one. Yeah, it's supposed to start warming up here today too. I think we're going to get into the 60s. It was actually not a really cold night either. I think it only got to like the low 40s. We've been like in the teens for like a week or so. It's been really cold, so it's good that it broke. It's nice. It's going to be. Looks like it's going to be a real nice weekend this weekend. So maybe get some work done in the backyard. Oh, work's the same. There's a reason they call it work, but it's going well. There's Rhonda. I can continue to learn things, and I'm getting good feedback from the boss. So that's a good thing. I'm living all right now. What's your new job, if you can tell us, Tracy? You're drooling on me all over me, dude. Yes, you are. Oh, okay, that's cool. I did some sort of customer service stuff when I used to make compact discs. One of the things I would do is, talk to our customers who needed help, getting their data prepared or, figuring out how they wanted to do something. Or so yeah, I talk to customers a lot. It's rewarding if you're good at it because you feel like every time you solve someone's problem, it just feels like you accomplished something. I used to have a real phobia about talking to people on phones too. That broke me of that. I think it always came from a thought that, oh man, they're going to ask a question I don't know the answer to, and uh, then what am I going to do? I'm going to look like an idiot. And it's like, but you get to the point where you do it enough times, you realize, no, you more often than not have the answer. So to find out it'll be the same questions over and over again. Sounds like you're the perfect person for the job. I know the world needs a few of those, Darth. Exactly. Turn this a little bit here so I can see a little better. I think we're supposed to get into like the upper 60s today, so that's gonna be a nice day to be outside. It's already rather pleasant outside. A little on the chilly side, but I think it was like 50 or something right now. That's not bad. Not for 11 in the morning. That's hotter than it's been any time in the last week. Well, I hope your knee gets better. That's been a long time now. I don't know how long if I could be off my feet that long. I get stir crazy. Yes, buddy was still here. Ugh, that's horrible. Hello, Gene. Yeah, it's same old group to this week. Hello, Charlotte. Hello, Logan. Hello, Jessica. Welcome home, Jessica. It's actually been 2 weeks as of sorry, as of yesterday, it's been 2 weeks. So you know, I he's a lot more vocal right now. It was there for a while that he'd like get up and wander around the house meowing like maybe once every couple of weeks. He's doing it a couple times a night. I think he still misses her. I made him a picture, a photograph, like an 8 by 10 photograph that I put next to his bed, and I don't know. Eventually, I want to hang it on the wall near where Nibble slept. Her bed is still up on the place on the little platform that she slept on, and I've hung a picture of her up there. I'm hoping someday that Bite will kind of go back and you know resume taking his naps there. He's been on the ground a lot since Nibble passed. Now I got cat fur all over the place. Got to be a weird experience to have the TV talking to you, huh? Yeah, the wings themselves are excellent. I would definitely go back there again. Um, in terms of the fries, I don't know. My boss says, well, I talked to my boss about it this week and said I wasn't impressed with the fries, but thought that they were overcooked. And he says, yeah, they do that sometimes, and it does ruin them. So I might give them another try sometimes. They were a little soggy too. That's true. I'm your dude. Okay. I don't know if Bite gets anything from the picture, but it's there for him. And I don't know. We'll see. He's just a little bit more clingy these days, but that's okay, right? You just wonder how much they understand about what's happened. It's weird. I find myself thinking about that. It's like, how does he perceive this? You just found the kitty treat that you dropped last week, didn't you? There are more. The clock just made a funny noise and it startled him. Not just so many years together, their whole lives. I mean, this is the longest they've ever been apart because they've never been apart. I think the most apart they'd ever been before was when they were in separate kennels on the flight to Dallas when they came here. I'm kind of thinking, when Bike goes, I may refrain from having a pet for a while until I retire, and then when I retire, I might get a dog because I might travel more if I when I retire, especially if I end up with some, decent amount of money or something like that. And a dog would be a fun companion to go on trips with. That's sort of what it was with Nibble too. She just declined, and one day she just wasn't there anymore. Yeah, well, just considering what's happened in the last month, uh, so much has been gotten, he's gotten done in the government. I can only imagine what Cash is going to do. Well, that's why I would hold off on getting a dog until I retired. That's why I won't get a dog. I'd love to have a dog right now, but um, it wouldn't be fair to have a dog because minimum I'm gone 13 hours a day, and that's the minimum. Yeah, but dogs are also very social animals. Cats are more independent. I don't have as much problem leaving the cats alone, especially considering the fact they had each other. The only reason there would be for getting one is just to maintain the streak. The truth is, I've had some sort of a pet ever since I was 6 or 7 years old. So there's always been some sort of an animal in my life. If there was, if I didn't have one, it'd be like the first time since I was a kid. Well, I mean, as his wife, you know his favorite meal. Make that for him. I've thought about another cat for Bite, but another cat would be a commitment for the rest of its life, and I don't know. These guys have gone for 18 years almost. You're going to be 18 next month, aren't you, Bite? You know what happens when you turn 18? It's out of the house, man. You got to get a job. Yeah, I've never had a cat like that. Yeah, cats can go that long, and right now, Bite doesn't show any sign of slowing down. Just travel the country. I don't know. I'd maybe be like Jordan, just hey, read about something online and say, oh, that sounds interesting. I want to see that. I mean, a lot of future vlogs that I have planned are based on you know um, things I've seen online. I've got 5 or 6 things that are kind of little road trip type vlogs that I want to do. Oh, I hope to do. I want to do Yellowstone before I retire. I mean, the boss even keeps saying, "Hey, you got to take some vacation time, man. You earned it." Yeah, go visit. I know. I haven't even been to the ocean in Texas yet. I've been to Houston. That's pretty close, but have not touched the Gulf of California yet. Yeah, I know. The boss tells me I got to go on a vacation. I probably should go on a vacation. Like I said, I mentioned I think last week or something. We got another maintenance interval coming up at work, and so there's going to be a lot of time off then. So I may do a couple of those road trip vlogs. Go visit that haunted bridge I told you about last week. Yeah, that would be a little bit. Christi would be a bit of a travel. It's funny now that I live in Texas, I get all sorts of weird Texas memes, and and one of the most popular ones I see is comparing Texas to the size of Texas to uh, the size of other things. You know, so they'll have California and Texas at the same scale, or and then there's ones that try and make jokes about it and say Texas is bigger than America, which is whatever. It is a big state, though. The Black Hawk Automobile Museum? No, is that where is that? I mean, I'm not a real car buff, but I like seeing some cars sometimes. That would be fun just to rent a house on a lake somewhere. Yeah, I think you're right. Ontario is bigger than Texas, and no one ever tries to boast about the size of Texas by comparing it to Alaska. Yeah, I definitely got to go to the Alamo. I got to I got to get a little bit more knowledge on that whole thing. I know it was a famous battle and it was lost and became a battle cry, but I need to learn more of the details before I go so I can appear to know what I'm talking about. That's sort of the point of going to it because you wouldn't want to go to the Alamo and have me say, yeah, this is the Alamo. Yeah, here's another wall of the Alamo. Um, excuse me, where's the basement? Yeah, right now that's about all I know. So I want to learn the whole story. So that one's going to require a little bit of research. I heard that there's some sort of a health emergency. Has something happened since then? Yeah, I know. I do know that Jordan went to the Alamo, and he probably did. So I'll probably have to watch that one at least. Wow. It's funny how these kind of world changing events just happen, just boom, right out of the blue like that. But yeah, I saw this morning that he's in bad shape. Double pneumonia. Okay, that's not good for someone his age. Wow. I hope it gets better. Yeah, it's a piece of fluorite that I got from the rock shop and like molded into a sphere. The thing's heavy too. And it rotates on this pedestal, which is really kind of cool. But it's another one of those rocks that does something amazing when you hit it with a black light. Turns from green to blue. So that's a cool one. I've never really thought about going to Branson. That seems to have more of a country feel to me, and I'm not as much into country as like Jordan is. Yeah, it's a little smaller than a bowling ball, but it's really heavy. It weighs about 18 pounds. So I mean, this thing's maybe half the size of a bowling ball, but twice as heavy. So yeah, it's a two-hander. It's a big piece. So I don't usually like stuff that's shaped like that, but I don't know. That's still pretty cool. And like I said, I like anything that does something cool under a black light. I got my hopefully my shortwave flashlight is coming this week. I ordered one about a week and a half ago. It's supposed to be here sometime, and I got rocks that do great under the long wave black lights like this, but they do something entirely different or more intense under shortwave. So I had to get a shortwave light too. Yeah, actually, it's a fluorite ball. I've never seen the movie Willow. No, I missed that one. Huh. I don't know. Maybe something worth looking at some point. I never really thought of Branson as the kind of place that I'd be that interested in. See, I'm kind of an introvert, so I'd probably be more likely to go places where I can get away from people. That's why I like the idea of national parks and doing stuff like that. Plus the fact that it isn't too much like what Jordan's doing. It's sort of like I'm out, vlogging things on the road, but it's an entirely different thing because I don't think I've ever seen Jordan like do a national park kind of thing. He goes to, places associated with famous people or certain events or something like that. So it'd be different enough, and I could see myself doing that. I'd enjoy doing that because it'd be fun to go to those places again, and now especially Yellowstone, where I know so much more about why it's happening. One of the cats was sleeping on the bed, rolled over, and fell off. That's funny. Okay, thanks for stopping in, Tracy. See you next time. I never saw Wicked either. Well, and that's why I'd really love to go visit Yellowstone because Yellowstone is the result of a hot spot on the on the in the Earth's mantle. And that's why it's got all the geysers and the hot springs and all that stuff. There's so much geological stuff going there because the heat is so close to the surface there that it actually bakes everything. I keep hearing everyone talk about this "It Ends with Us" movie. What's the deal about it? I don't know anything about it. Yeah, I can see myself doing a fossil digging vlog. That would be fun. That would definitely be something that would catch my attention, especially if there was a reasonable chance of finding something. Because I have a few fossils in my collection. Yeah, right. Dinosaur hunt. That'd be awesome. Hey, Doc. All right, now it's a party. You found fish, huh? That would still be cool. I wouldn't mind having like a fish fossil. I don't think I have a fish fossil. I have a couple of trilobites. I got some. I guess I got some like early versions of shrimp. Oh, I hear cats love fish. Do cats like to swim? Daddy said no, huh? Why Nemo? Yeah, there you go. Nemos are fun fish. When a cat falls in water, it's always funny to watch their reaction. It's like just total panic. Get out! Get out! Get out! Ah! I haven't really gotten to the hard part of the backyard project. I'm still kind of excavating the pool area. Hopefully this weekend I'll be able to get the front half of the dirt out, and then we can start getting some of the bricks in place. That's going to be the hard part. Those bricks are heavy, and I'm going to have to probably move about 600 of them. But see, I'll do that in stages too. Removing what probably amounts to about 30 cubic feet of soil from the pool area seems like a big job too, but um, I'm doing a little bit at a time, and it's getting done. I'm going to do a vlog on the cabinets coming up this week. Turns out I got to do a repair on one of them. One of the hinges broke, and so I got to see if I can find a replacement hinge and replace it. But no, other than that, the cabinets are on hold. In fact, what I really ought to do is I ought to just take what I have right now and paint them. Be done with it. The Flaming Gorge. Yeah, that's how I'm sort of looking at it too, Dot. As I'm going along, I have all sorts of ideas for it. That I want to do for it. I want to, put spotlights in it so it's really kind of, I can turn the spotlights on and just kind of enjoy the area. In fact, I might even get some like multicolored LED spotlights. They got those now that you can control with a remote control. You can control the brightness, the color. Even have them do patterns and stuff like that. And in addition, I kind of enjoy doing it. It gives me something to do. In fact, it's actually kind of affecting me doing vlogs because I'm out there doing that when I could be out shooting a vlog or something. Yeah, see, Dolly World doesn't seem like my scene either. What I would love to do, probably 15, 20 years ago, I spent the summer in Huntsville, Alabama. And while I was there was a big space museum, space history museum there. And I visited that, and that was really impressive. And it would be fun to go back there and vlog that. See, I'm not necessarily going to interested in too many of the like, touristy things. Any interest I may have ever had in that, I got out of that after I was done with Disneyland. Well, if I redo them, I'll do them myself, and so there won't be any expense except the supplies. Smithsonian, that's definitely something I'd go see, and I'd probably do a whole series of those because I'd maybe stay there for a week and visit every part. That facility is huge, and I'd want to visit all of it after Yellowstone. Yes, definitely. Yellowstone is first, and I'll procrastinate on that one forever. And then at some point, I'll actually do it. Hey, bye. I see him coming down the hall here. There's your moment in the sun, buddy. I have a feeling Darth wants me to go to Yellowstone. It's just this weird intuition I have. Meow. Gonna come up here and visit us here. Yeah, that's another reason for doing that too, Darth. I love being outside, walking around. There is actually a Jellystone park that you can go to. Actually, there's something here that's kind of a kid themed uh, kind of a park called Jellystone. It's Yogi and Boo Boo and all the rest. Yep, he's back. And I bet you they'd have a whole bunch of picnic benches there. Oh, I've driven by it, but I'm absolutely sure, you couldn't have a Jellystone Yogi and Boo Boo theme park if you didn't have Yogi and Boo Boo wandering around the park. I mean, everybody knows been to Disneyland. You got to know you got to have those characters walking around greeting everybody. Yeah, yeah, I know, and that's one of the things that I do need to get serious about is I got to make reservations because you're right, it's going to take a while because I do want to stay in the park. It's been so long that I've been having to kind of live on a budget. Ever since the CD thing and kind of ended. I've been living on a budget and all that. For the first time in a long time, I've got a little bit of expendable cash, so I'd actually really almost want to splurge a little bit. So I would definitely stay in the park, try and get the full experience. Rock Shop opens next week. Yeah, they've been advertising. They got the new location. I've been over there a couple of times, and they're definitely building in there. It's going to look nice. I had questions about the about whether that was going to be a good place for them, but looks like she's turned it in pretty nice. And I didn't get a chance to go last weekend, but I'm going to go definitely this weekend and see how they are over there. And I think it's going to be a nice place. Can't wait for it to open. Yeah, write this down, Dot. My credit card number is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Yeah. Well, if you're outside the park, then you got to drive into the park every day. I'd rather get in there and spend all my time exploring rather than driving back and forth from the hotel. Yeah, I think I remember that when last time we were there, we did some of the night hikes and stuff like that in Yellowstone. That was a $50 wing order. That's what I spent. I was out the door. It was $65 or something like that. Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking too, Dot. I've had to go the budget approach for a long time now, but Yeah, I was wondering how much more expensive they were than they would have been maybe a year ago. I've thought about that. I've never been to a Wingstop before, so I had no idea what their prices were. I've been to Yosemite a bunch of times. That's a beautiful place. That might even be worth a trip back into California. It's right on the edge. Wouldn't have to go that in that far. Kind of like to visit Death Valley too, but and that's not that far in either. That's funny because I think I bought an 18 pack of eggs like a week ago, and I think it was only like $9 or something. Grand Canyon would be another great one. And of course, like Jordan, I want to drive everywhere because I think I was really concerned about the drive to California when I went to visit my mom a couple years ago for her birthday, but I had a great time doing it. Because it's just fun to see America and see how it changes as you go different areas. Stop and see things along the way. That was part of the fun. Yeah, we visited Palm Springs a number of times. There was actually a place we used to go right nearby called Desert Hot Springs, and that was fun. I was out in the desert. We'd get into a hotel and have a swimming pool, and when you're a kid, that's the greatest thing ever. Yeah, I definitely hit Death Valley. I mean, I can think of places I'd like to go all over the place. I'd like to visit the Everglades in Florida. I went to Salem, Massachusetts once on Halloween night, and that place was off the hook. That'd be a fun place to go to. Lots of history in that place. When I was there, I was only had one day to be there, so if I went, um, I'd spend a couple days because there were things that I wish had time to find. I never did find the cemetery where all the witches were buried. But I got to visit the House of the Seven Gables. That actually exists. Went through a couple of witch trial museums that are there. Like I said, that place is off the hook on Halloween too. And then of course Boston isn't that far away, and there's a lot of history there. And the Boston Commons, go through that, and that'd be fun to do. And the original bar that the TV series Cheers is based on is there. I've been there too. All sorts of places that'd be fun to visit. Yeah, that's not going to happen, Darth. Sorry. I might hit some of the other parks in the state though. There's a Universal Studios there that'd be fun to see. Like I said, I'm not that much into the parks, but hi CDJ, thanks for stopping in. I'm glad you like the channel. What's going on in Ireland right now? Yeah, and our buddies here. Gettysburg would be a good place to go. I've heard that place is really haunted, so I think it'd be fun to go there at night. Estuaries are kind of fun too. Yeah. I remember there was a great cave in Alabama when I was there. I definitely hit that again. I'm gonna hopefully go visit a haunted bridge in a couple weeks. I'm actually a little scared of that one. I've heard way too many things about stuff that's happened there, but it'd be great to get it on film. Hello, Jeff. How you doing? Yeah, the Goat Man. Kind of go visit the Goatman's Bridge, see if we can knock 3 times and call his name. Supposedly that's triggered him to come and one experience. The person that did it apparently got so scared they left and never came back. Been doing a little bit of that here too, CDJ. Weather can't make up its mind. A couple of days ago it was 10 degrees. Now it's going to be 60 today. I'm doing well, Jeff. Thanks. Good to see you again. That is the big question, Jeff. What's for lunch? Steak, can't go wrong with that. I'm kind of surprised we didn't get snow here. We got a little snow flurries one morning. That was it. Oh, you can't go wrong with roast chicken. That sounds good. Oh, I've seen people mess up a steak. It's not as hard as it would seem. He likes to get brushed. Feels good, doesn't it? Well, it's good. I don't want to eat it when it's dead. Yeah, she's in the garage right now. She's been in there for about a week because of how cold it's been out. But I think I'm going to put her outside again today. Maybe it's not going to be warm enough today for her to get out, but at least, if she wants to, if she gets warm enough for her to do it, she can get out. Oh, that's one down. One to go. And we're about the halfway mark. So, yeah, well, that's probably the reason you don't want to participate in these live streams, CDJs, because we're always talking about food. Well, he's the president of the United States. He can have his steak cooked any way he wants. Yeah, sometimes it can be a little too rare for me. I'm a medium rare to medium kind of person. It's got to be pink in the middle. Logan got new earrings, huh? Thanks for stopping by, Jeff. Have a good lunch. Steak sounds good. Pink sparkling ones. Oh boy. But you know me, I like sparkly things. And I mean, I got pink sparkly things too. Show you one of my favorite pink sparkly things here. I was just looking at it this morning and thinking, that's still one of my favorite pieces. Ah, it's my pink Lamarian quartz. Oh, I like these tiny little crystals that are in it. So yeah, that's my pink sparkly thing. Get myself all hooked up for live stream mode here again. Nature produces some really pretty pink things. Thanks for stopping in, CDJ. Stop in again. Isn't it though, Gene? Yeah, I mean, the kind of rocks that I have in my collection, are really, really nice. And I mean, it's like every color of the rainbow. I got orange, red, green, blue, purple. Always fun to get a new person in here. Probably since I went to the rock shop last time. I actually went to Cameron Trading Company because they got that little section there where they had some rocks, and I got something from them. I think I got that when the rock shop was shut down for like 2 weeks because of what at the time was called emergent, a little personal emergency. And it turns out, that's when when Chris and Kara broke up. Yeah, I got a haircut a couple weeks ago. I was starting to get a little shaggy, so I had to cut it off. But yeah, it's probably been like a month and a half since I bought any rocks. I think the last day they were open was the end of, or right before Christmas, I think it was. Yeah, my haircut's become really obvious because I let it go too long, and then when I change it, it's like, oh wow, that's different. Yeah, I'm going. They're opening this Saturday, but I'm working that day, but I'll go on Sunday. I haven't been down to the shop in a couple weeks. It looked better when I was there a couple weeks ago than when I first saw it. I first saw it, the day they told me where it was, which is when they were still in the old place. And I went down there, and it didn't look like much at the time, but they've repainted it and begun moving stuff in as of a couple weeks ago, and it looks a lot nicer. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. Uh, it's hard to say whether it's more spacious. I think it's probably about the same size. I don't know. I'll see when I see what they do with it, what she does with it now. I guess it's not they anymore. No, they're done. It was weird though. For the final weeks that the shop was open, he was there, and the first time I walked in after I heard what happened, I was almost creeped out that he was there. But what they did before, she was the rocks and minerals, and he did jewelry, and so I think he was there to kind of liquidate the jewelry. So I guess it's just going to be more of a focus on the rocks and minerals, crystals, and a lot of stuff she sells over there is like shaped, shaped things, crystal shaped like an animal or something like that. I'm not into that. I got a few things like, I wouldn't normally get this, but this thing is pretty cool. But I usually like, more raw looking things like this. There ain't no polishing going on there. That's just how it came out of the ground. And I don't know if she's got a partner that's going to come in and help her with all this, or how that's all going to work. There was somebody that was kind of hanging around a little bit uh, in the final weeks that they were open. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Do I have a housekeeper? Yeah, it's me, and I don't do a very good job at it. I'm kind of a slob. That's I think part of the reason why I like the fact that like there's this the flooring in here rather than carpet because the nice thing about it is it's really rugged and so I can let it get as gross as it needs as, until it gets to the point where it bugs me. I can clean it up and make it look nice again. So that's what I'm going for, Rhonda, keeping them laughing. It just looks that way on camera. All right, gonna have to start paying her an allowance. It's a good skill to have, Logan. I just realized the mushroom thing here is blocking Matt's videos there in the background. That's not cool. Well, there's that rock and mineral society that comes through town every year. That they these people that Gallery 11 participates in, but they don't do anything. I think they're on their own. Although I do think that they were heavily promoting this one last year, so they were involved on some level with it. I'm doing well, Mark. I hope you're doing well too. I would love to see them like get into internet or something like that and start selling stuff online. But I don't know. Maybe they, if it's just her now, then that's gonna then you gotta start doing shipping and all that kind of stuff. That becomes a hassle. Well, I mean, when you're buying rocks through the mail, you're you're gonna be paying a lot to get it moved. But I don't know. Just the vodka just tastes really good today. I don't know, whether she'd get a good boost to the business. I guess the issue would be whether she could get the advertising out to the point where people would know to look. Oh yeah, shipping costs definitely. That's part of it. You understand that it's the cost of the item plus the shipping. Dandelion, haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I'm sorry to announce my mom passed away a little over a year ago. right before Christmas about a year ago. Yeah, yeah. I got to go visit her a couple weeks before she passed, and so we got to say our goodbyes. So that was good. And then I went out for the funeral too. No, I've never gotten flu shots. I just don't get sick very often. I had my annual review at work just this past week, and one of the things my boss said is my attendance record is flawless because I didn't take one day off. I mean, the only days I took off were when I went to my mom's funeral, and that was bereavement. So thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. It's weird when you lose both your parents. So I'm it now. It's all me. Nobody for me to fall back on now. Unfortunately, that's true, John. Yeah, my when I get sick, I lose my voice and and I get my ears all plugged up. Yeah, I have my sister, but in terms of like a parent or someone that you can call for help. Yeah, Bite's not going to do anything for me though. If I'm in true need, Bite's just going to sit there and meow at me and look at me and say, "Why aren't you petting me?" That's it. Yeah. Well, and that's literally what I am too, Gene, because I inherited all my mom and my dad's photographs and family documents and stuff like that. I have, hundreds and hundreds of photographs of my parents when they were kids, of my grandparents when they were young, pictures of my great grandparents, birth certificates, death certificates, social security cards, driver's licenses, all sorts of that kind of stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do right now. We're just going to kind of play things by ear for a while in terms of getting another pet. I'm getting to the point where I'm, going to maybe consider, retiring, and so I got to consider that too. Like I was saying earlier, I might end up waiting until I retire and get a dog, and because then you can travel with a dog. I was wondering what decade the '69s were. Yeah, big dogs and little dogs don't always get along well. Yeah, I know, but Bite's never really been one to be in the car. You know, dogs at least love cars. Yeah, I'm not ready to take Social Security yet, though. Well, the thing with a dog, I just let the dog have the free run of the backyard. I made the backyard turtle proof. I could make it dog proof. But the thing is, with a dog while I'm working, um, it's not fair to have a dog that has to stay home alone all day. You either have to be locked in the house all day or locked outside all day, and that's not a good option for 12, 13, 14-hour days. Thanks for stopping in again, Dandelion. It was fun seeing you. I was wondering how your dad died at 9. That's what I think too, John. So I'd want to wait until I retire when I'm home and can spend time with dog. Dogs are really social animals. Yeah, my parents both lasted into their 80s, so that was nice. Yeah, my parents are only about 3 years apart. Well, I mean, it's one thing if you have like little pets, but if I'm going to get a dog, I'm not going to get a little one. It's going to be a big dog. I've had big dogs. Every dog I've ever had has been a big dog. Granted, Jaw is a great little dog. You know, they are out there. It's just, yeah, no, I want a big dog, especially a big dog that thinks it's a little dog. I don't know. It'd be one of those things I'd go down to the pound and see what they had, but I've had collies and German shepherds and Labradors. They're all good dogs. But I could see myself going with like a Rottweiler too. Those are beautiful. Thanks for stopping in, Gene. See you again next week. Oh, most definitely a rescue. Yeah, no, I don't want, if I could get a dog with Jaws personality that was a big dog, definitely. Like I said, Jaws an amazing ambassador for little dogs because he's like the perfect dog. Doesn't bark, whines a little bit, loves to snuggle. Yeah, my parents made it way past their 50th anniversary. Let's see, they were married in 63, and my dad died in 2020. So what was that, 67 years? That's a good run. Almost 67 years or 57 years. Yeah, well, the problem with Rottweilers is that they can be strong dogs, and any dog will be a jerk if its owner is a jerk. Any dog will be gentle if its owner is gentle. Exactly, Rhonda. There are no bad dogs, they're just bad owners. A robot dog. Actually, they kind of do have those now. And with some of the AI that we have now, it wouldn't actually be hard to make a very realistic acting dog. Yeah, it was COVID was just becoming a thing. In fact, that was that was kind of tied in with all this because when I went to my father's funeral, the day before I was due to go back to work, we had it all set up so I could you know not have to miss any time at work because I just started the job, and we planned the funeral so I could go fly to California on Sunday, my first day off on my long weekend. We buried my dad on Monday, spent a little time with family on Tuesday. I flew home on Wednesday and was back to work on Thursday. Well, it turns out my boss called me on Wednesday and says, "Have you been out of state?" Because we're starting to get a little freaked out with this COVID stuff. And I said, "Yeah, I flew to California for my dad's funeral." He says, "Okay, well, we're putting you on quarantine for a week. With pay. You just don't come into work because we want to make sure you're okay." And yeah, that's all kind of tied in with my dad's passing. That all happened the same time. Yeah, and that was another part of it. My mom getting locked down in her apartment, the apartment that she and my dad were going to move into when he died. She ended up getting locked in there for like 6 months because of their just aggressive lockdown on because of COVID. That was ultimately, that place turned into a prison for her, and that was what ultimately made her move up north and be with my sister because she loved that place initially. But like I said, it just turned into a prison. See, to my knowledge, I've never had COVID, which means either it didn't affect me as much as it affected other people, or maybe I have some natural antibody to it or something like that. If I got it, I'm not aware of it. I know that there were people out there who were what they called asymptomatic. Maybe I'm one of them. I think we got a call for treats, by. I know this is a part of the live stream you hate the most, is when we do the treats, right? We can't give away treats. Treats are no good. We don't want treats, do we? He likes the treats. Just pick the ones you want here. That's a whole lot easier than feeding them to you. And I don't get bite. I don't get bit either. I mean, I know you're just living up to your name, aren't you? No, I don't think we're going to do that, Darth. That's way easier than hand feeding them to you, isn't it? No, I don't think if they were sour, I don't think he'd be gobbling them up like that. All right, that's it, buddy. Except for the one that you dropped on the ground there. Well, maybe he didn't. Is Logan speaking from experience? Yeah, that's my buddy. Come on, man, look at your fans. They're not here to see me. It's affecting him. He misses her. I actually made him an 8x10 photograph of her that I put next to his bed, and it's funny. I see him sit in his bed looking at the picture, so I think he realizes that's her. Yikes! Ate an entire bag. Logan ate a whole bag of kitty treats. Do you believe that? I don't even let you have a whole bag. We've been working on this tin here for like 6 months now, haven't we? Yeah, I would like to do more about Gildersleeve. He was an interesting. He's a legend in Waco because there's just so many pictures of the early history of this city. He documented. I got to be really careful though because I have a plastic tin over next to the TV table that I have there that has almonds in them, and you look at them, they almost look the same. And I accidentally did open this up once. I got it into my hand. And I realized, oh wait, that's kitty treats. But yeah, I almost accidentally ate one once, thinking they were almonds. I got a couple of inside projects I'm going to probably do this week. Got to work on the dishwasher again, and one of the kitchen cabinet doors came off. One of the hinges broke, so I got to see if I can find a replacement. That's probably what I'm going to do today and tomorrow. And of course, we're still working on the pool area in the back there, transforming that. That's taken. I'm spending time doing that, but I'm not vlogging it because right now all I'm doing is moving dirt around. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody's going to watch a vlog with me shoveling dirt. That bores even me. All they had was cat food. That doesn't sound very fun. Oh, probably early spring. I don't know. It might. I may not even get the fruit trees in this year. Maybe something where I kind of get everything set up first, and then maybe put them in next year. I think there are weeping willows here, but I'm looking at fruit trees mostly. That's good. I'm glad those shirts are holding up well. That's a good testimonial because that means I could go back there again. I am thinking about another shirt. This one's going to be a little different. It'll probably just be maybe just the name of the vlog, but I'm going to custom tie dye every one of them. I don't know. Maybe we'll come up with some sort of plan on how to do that. I mean, mine is holding up well too, but the reason mine's holding up is because I don't wear mine. I'm not someone to go out and wear a t-shirt of my own vlog. I got to research that, but I think people grow orange trees here, lemon trees, seen lime trees in the stores. That's kind of the direction I'm looking. Maybe even a grapefruit tree. That how awesome would that be to have a grapefruit tree? Get big white grapefruits. I could definitely live with that. Make my own grapefruit juice. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way with t-shirts. I just have kind of a big collection of them, and it's like a Kleenex box. You just pull the next one out. And I love lemon. Lemon's good for all sorts of things, all sorts of recipes. So I would definitely make good use of lemon juice of lemons. Yeah, that's sort of what I'm thinking, John. An apple tree, an orange tree, a lemon tree, and maybe a grapefruit tree because I love all those. Yeah, me and my white grapefruit juice. In fact, it's a drag because HEB doesn't carry the white grapefruit juice anymore. I guess they've stopped stocking it, so I'm actually having to buy it on Amazon now. Yeah, I've heard of people doing that. I think Rhonda does that. They they grow in trees of that came from seeds of fruit they ate. Yeah, I don't know how a cherry tree would do. That would be fun too. But the more I kind of imagine that these quadrants that I'm going to have in this planter are going to be massive, and so I'm going to have a lot of room. It's not just going to be one thing in there. I'm going to probably plant stuff all over in there. Yeah, probably. Kind of fill in that whole area. I got all sorts of ideas of what I want to do. I don't know. I might be more like flowering things, something to add color. Gotta bear with me here. Going to I've gone through all my vodka. Now I need something else. I've been really dehydrated. I don't know what's going on. Just while we're on the subject here, how about a big glass of grapefruit juice? Can't go wrong with that. Even if I had to buy it on Amazon. Feel sorry for the mailman too, because I buy two cases at a time, and the box that it comes in is big and heavy, and they actually mark it as heavy because it probably weighs like 20 pounds. Well, the tomatoes will definitely go in back in the garden. This area is gonna be for, more, looking at plants. Although, the trees will be, will be hopefully producing fruit at some point. Yeah, well, sometimes that's all what it is too, Mark. They just want to ask. They just want to be asked. Pineapple, I think that'd be fun too. I love pineapple. Not really a fan of avocados. I've seen a place that keeps talking about avocado trees. It's like, no, that's not my thing. I tried strawberries last year. They didn't really do anything. Actually, I get some decent size tomatoes, and I think next year I might just do all big tomatoes because I got a decent selection of those. They weren't huge tomatoes. I really like to see, some of the ones that are like the size of tennis balls and baseballs and even softballs sometimes. The ones I got are about the size of golf balls. Well, I would question how pineapple would do in Canada. I would think that would be more of a tropical plant, something that might bode better in Texas. That is a glass of grapefruit juice. I like grapefruit juice, but the white unsweetened stuff, not the pink stuff. Pink stuff is too sweet. Yeah, I love my grapefruit juice, Logan. I've been known to do that too, Darth. It's actually really good with vodka. Yeah, I can't stand the pink stuff. It tastes sweet. That war started happening with me when I was in California. Um, Ocean Spray used to sell the white grapefruit, the great, the white unsweetened grapefruit juice at the grocery store, and they stopped doing it. Well, they changed it. They changed the formula, and I went and bought it the first time. It's like, oh man, this tastes different. This tastes like pink grapefruit juice, and it was a different color, and they changed the formula. And so I went to somewhere else to get it, and then they changed their formula. And about that time, I left and was able to find the store brand at HEB. Did a really good white grapefruit juice, but then they discontinued it. So I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things that most people don't like, and so they're focusing more on things that people do like, not the fringe things that weirdos like me like. I love grapefruit juice. It's got kind of a bitter flavor, and I think that's why people don't like it. But then again, I've always kind of been that way. I've been someone who likes to eat and drink things with very extreme flavors. I've thought about doing that too, Rhonda, raising some chickens from eggs. That's apparently not so uncommon here in Texas because I know of a couple places around here where you can get live chickens. They get different varieties that produce different kinds of eggs and stuff like that. Never tried quail eggs. 40 chickens, that's a lot. If I were to get chickens and let them kind of free roam in the yard, though, I'd have to find a different way to feed the local wildlife because I put like you know seed corn and stuff like that out for the squirrels and the birds and stuff like that. But the chickens would make quick work of that. Yeah, I'm not really that serious about getting chickens though. First off, they'd probably have to be in a pen because there's like birds of prey in the area. You hear hawks all the time, owls. They'll take a chicken. Yeah, I chickened out exactly. Yeah, I suppose that would take chickens too, coyotes. I've thought about a parrot or a cockatoo. Actually, what I would probably do is I've always loved African greys. They're one of the smartest birds. Another possibility after I retire. Yes, they do. And you can teach them to swear. That would be hours of fun. Llamas, alpacas, goats, and pigs. Oh my. Yeah, they are massively expensive. I've had birds before. Yeah, I've had budgies. I had finches, pigeons, doves. Never had a bald eagle. I think it's probably illegal to have those anyway. I thought about doing that with pigeons. I was just always afraid to let them out, and I never trained them to use the bar system. Yeah, golden eagles are big. They're huge animals. Those talons are massive. I like some of the birds I get in the yard. I get some interesting stuff here. Keep makes it easier to remember the name if you just use the same name over and over again. No, I haven't seen anything. I mean, I saw a raccoon lumber through the yard a couple months ago now. I think I was taking down Christmas lights. So it was after Christmas. I was up on the ladder and I heard some rumbling in one of the trees, and raccoon went right in front of my house, just going right down the street. Yeah, I like the squirrels in the yard. They're irregular. They're a lot, there's three or four of them that are in the yard all the time. We get some wild birds that come in. I got the bird feeder out, or the bird feeder and the bird bath, so that kind of takes care of them. Bird bath becomes very popular in the summer, not so much in the winter, but they do drink from it. And the fact that I put food out for the squirrels, that's part of that too. I only put the squirrel food out like once a week, and I put a whole bunch of it out, and then for the rest of the time, they feed on that. Once that's gone, then they're on their own. I don't want them to come to be dependent on me for food. Besides, there's so much natural food in the area anyway. I got three massive pecan trees in the front yard, and a tree in the backyard that produces acorns. Actually, two trees that produce acorns. No, actually, one of them might be an oak tree. I have to figure out what it is. But like I said, I got 3 massive pecan trees in the front yard. I love those. That's one of the things I love about this house. It's one of the things with grapefruit juice. Once you start drinking it, you can't stop. No, the squirrels haven't been able to get to the feeder anymore. Mhm. No, I've never collected any of the pecans. I figured that's for the squirrels. And it's crazy too because they'll grab one pecan off the tree. They'll take a couple bites off of it and drop it, and then they'll go get another one. Thanks for stopping in, Darth. Good talking to you again. It's always fun when you stop by. Yeah, well, that's sort of what happens with you all get burned out on me after about 2 hours. Have a great week, Rhonda. We'll go another minute or two. Ciao, Logan. All right. Well, it sounds like everyone's kind of wound up here. So I'm going to pull the plug on this one. We'll try this again next week. Thanks, everyone. Had a good day. Had a good time. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.